Hi everybody, my name is Justin Stoney and I'm the founder of New York Vocal Coaching here in New York City. Welcome to episode 88 of Voice Lessons to the World, the show where we want to help you as singers by answering your questions from all over, and I'll give you a chance to ask questions later, but our question for this week comes from Ivana R. in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and Ivana writes, "Dear Justin, how do I find the mix voice?" Now, Ivana, you know I love that question because this is part 3 of our series. So, hop on that plane, board that train, get in your automobile, get in your catmobile. We're going on a vocal register world tour. Now that we've arrived, let's look at what is the mix voice. And the first thing is that it's a blend of strength and flexibility. Earlier in our world tour, we saw that chest voice is our strength feature and head voice is our flexibility feature. Well, the mix combines strength and flexibility, so you can see why it's our most coveted coordination. In fact, most of your favorite singers are probably singing in mixed coordinations 90% of the time. It allows us to do a lot of vocal athletics in a healthy way and a sustainable way. But how do we do it? Well, the vocal muscles are going to have to work together in harmony. Now let's be clear, all the vocal muscles work all the time. It's not like only these muscles work in chest voice and only those muscles work in head voice. No, everybody's always working together. But the mix is a very intricate coordination. The CT, cricothyroid muscle, lengthens the chords. The TA, thyroarytenoid muscle, shortens and also tones the chords. When the CT lengthens, the chords are going to want to go wee and fall apart. But the TA has the ability to tone them up. So the mix is going to be long, but also strong. But let's not forget that this is an open and closed case. The key factor for determining vocal registers really comes down to open and closed quotient. That just means how long the vocal folds stay shut during their vibration.
So in chest voice, I've got a lot of closed quotient, man.
And in head voice and falsetto, I've got a lot of open quotient. But in the mix voice, I'm going to have all kinds of blends between the two. And that's accommodated by those changes in the vocal musculature. But there's also the resonance factor. Our voices are produced by breath, vocal fold vibrations, and of course, resonance. When the sound resonates in the pharynx, the nasopharynx, and the nasal cavity, it allows our voices to carry and to be present without the vocal folds bearing too much weight. So when we have to blend for the mix, you can see why resonance is going to be a key factor to get that CT stretch. And to take the pressure off the chords, we're going to have to use our head resonance. But now that you're starting to understand what the mix is, let's make sure that we know there is not just one mix. It's a common mistake for us to think of the mix as just one voice. And we think, was that the mix? I gotta search for my mix. I was singing, I didn't know if I was in my mix or not. Who can help me find the mix? And we can lose our minds trying to determine whether something's a mix. When really, I'm thrilled and also sorry to say that the mix is an infinite amount of vocal coordinations. Some examples though, if I'm strong but not forcing my voice and I still have my resonance, that's a chest dominant mix. If I'm singing plain and straight down the center, that's a 50-50 kind of mix. If I'm singing lightly, but I'm not losing some of my core strength, I'm not flimsy with my lighter qualities, that's a head-dominant mix. So there's so many possibilities and many more than just those. It's best illustrated, I think, with a song. So today I chose the classic folk song, The House of the Rising Sun. A classic folk song like The House of the Rising Sun really allows me to have fun and explore the different mix coordinations, to get strong without letting it get away from me, or to get light without it becoming too weak. Let's check out The House of the Rising Sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boy, and God knows I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. And my daddy was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. So it really allows me to get strong and to get light, to move back and forth in different mix coordinations. So now let's talk about tips for finding the mix voices. The first tip to keep in mind when you're working on your mix voice is that strength comes from within. Perhaps the most overlooked aspect of vocal training is medial compression. That's how much our vocal folds come to the center, and yes, our vocal folds can be responsible for their own destiny. Try something, say, hello there. Too tight. Now, hello there. Just right, and hello there. Too loose. If we're going to get the mix down, we're going to have the ability to loosen or tighten the vocal folds, just them, nobody else helping them. But with great compression comes great responsibility. Once singers discover their compression control, it's like a revelation. They can finally do things with their voices that they never thought possible. But there's a danger in it. We sometimes get so in love with controlling things from the tension and looseness of the chords, we forget about the breath. We still need that good supported breath, deep in the body, the belly, and the ribs, and you're going to flow with a gentle stream of air. Everything riding on that breath. So don't just control things at the vocal fold level, also let your breath help you. And we cannot forget to sing in, Louise. You've all heard people say, sing out, Louise. That means to project your sound to the back of the auditorium. Well, that's not going to work so well for the mixed voice. No, we need to sing in, Louise. That means to tilt and rock the larynx, to stretch the vocal folds, to feel the sound resonate in the pharynx, the nasopharynx, and the nasal cavity. All of these resonance features help accommodate the strength of the vocal folds. So we really got to keep that head resonance in mind when we're doing the mix. We also have to keep in mind that good singing isn't loud singing. A lot of times when we hear a really great singer with a great mix, we mistake their power for volume, especially with the chest dominant mix. We hear all that power that's being done at the chord level and the resonance level, and we say, wow, let me try that, and we get really loud. Volume is not the solution for your voice, nor is it going to get your mix worked out. In fact, it's just the opposite. We want our strong sounds to be very similar to our soft sounds as far as their production. Then we really know that we've got the mix, and we can go back and forth between chest dominant mix and head dominant mix. Finally, you mustn't fear the crack. Maybe the biggest reason that singers don't get their mix worked out is because of a fear of cracking. Now you can watch episode 12 of our show for a full treatment on cracking. But really, remember, cracking is not bad for you, it's good for you. It's the vocal cords picking their preferred vibration, CT winning, and TA letting go. Now, obviously, we don't want it to happen to us on stage, but you must not fear cracking when you're trying to work on your mix. It's a me, Mario, and it's a you, Singa, and you're not gonna fear the crack. So we're gonna do a vocal exercise, and the goal is not to crack. No, we wanna stay solid, but if you crack, it's okay. You have to be willing to crack as you work on that small mix coordination. So let's try our exercise. This is GUUN-NUUN, G-U-U-N-U-U-N on an 8-5-1. In this exercise, the G is going to be providing the vocal cords some strength. The is going to keep the sound in the head and the larynx stable, and the N is going to reinforce that head resonance. Now, like I say, it's okay to crack, but the goal is to stay solid using that firm G sound. We're going to start with guys, then we're going to bring in the ladies. It sounds like this. GUUN-NUUN. And here we go. Correct. GUUN-NUUN. That's right. Bring in the ladies. GUUN-NUUN. That's it. Right, use that G. GUUN-NUUN. Excellent. Stay vertical. Correct. Use the G. Great. Good, nun, nun. That's it. Stay solid. Good, nun, nun. Right. Might lose some ladies. Good, nun, nun. And two more. Last. Good, nun, nun. Fantastic work. And so that will help you to stay solid and stable as you traverse your mix. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys today on part 3 of our Vocal Register World Tour. If you've got questions you'd like to see us answer on the show, you can send an email to questions@voicelessonstotheworld.com. And you know I encourage you. Don't lose that joy. Don't lose that passion. Don't let people tell you you can't sing. You and I both know that's false. Get with a great voice teacher near you. Or if you're in New York or you'd like to Skype with one of our staff, you can visit us at newyorkvocalcoaching.com. If you'd like a vocal course that you can do in the comfort of your own home, check out the Voice Lessons to the World vocal course, a 12-part course that takes you on a singing journey from beginner to master level vocal exercises. You can find that at voicelessonstotheworld.com. And if you would like free daily vocal tips sent to you every day, sign up at dailyvocaltips.com. I'm Justin Stoney. Until next time, make a joyful noise. It's me, Manny. Welcome to episode 86 of Voice Lessons to the World, the show where we want to help you as singers by answering your questions from all over, and I'll give you a chance to ask questions later. But our question for this week comes from Justin L. The cricothyroid muscle is a muscle that runs between the cricoid cartilage and the thyroid cartilage in the larynx, moves those two cartilages together. When this happens, the vocal cords stretch out, thin out.